Hello, we're live speaking fluent jive. Oh my goodness. Wow, the more you know about somebody, the more you know. And, like being friends with someone, it's like a circular thing because they'll get mad because somebody's treating you shitty and like you're doing stuff because that someone's treating your friend shitty. And it's awesome. It's awesome to help your friends out. And we have figured out a lot about this Charles Camden. Now, we're going to go through what Charles Camden is using against me, regurgitated groomer allegations, unfounded. Never been charged with anything like that. Never been convicted of anything like that, unlike Mr. Charles Camden. Now, there is a video of me talking about Tracy Moore's adult child. See, here's what goes on in this community. When you win an argument with someone, they slander you in the most horrible ways. Well, when I won a fight with Tamara Doreen Farron, the next day people called me a rapist. I was a raper. And I'm like, what? And yeah, they said, well, you and your friends verbally raped a person online. And we're like, that's the most nonsensical shit that I have ever heard in my life. So Tracy Moore has a gay son that I said that I would fuck. And because it's her child, she tried to get the whole community on her side to call me a pedo. Well, come to find out, her child is as old as me or older. That's like everybody's person, their kid, their offspring is their child. It doesn't matter what age they are to these people. It's still their child. And I understand. I totally get it. But what we found out about Charles Camden is so damning, so destructive. And, coming from that scumbag family, it's completely believable. Everything that we're about to show you is 100% factual evidence by the court of law, charged, convicted. That's what's important. People running your name through YouTube, people taking things out of context. At this point, I have become a superstar to these people because Will Smith, Tom Cruise, all these people, the superstars of the world, get things that are taken out of context. Now, there's a video of Stella saying, well, them people, they're not molesters at all. They have a fetish. And then some people put a headline saying Stella Van Travel said child molesters are just a fetish. And what she was talking about is people that wear diapers. Okay, the diaper people. They're weirdos. They're not molesters, and it's gross. It's disgusting, the diaper people. That's what Stella was talking about. And it was taken out of context. What you need to do with these videos is you need the first 30 seconds of what was said and the 30 seconds after that, what was said. And it never seems to come out. But what we have with Charles Camden Jr. is 100% factual, in black and white, charged and convicted. Nothing taken out of context. And Nikki, I'm going to add you. We have a lot of stuff to go through. How are you, my beautiful princess? Queen
Hello,
of
my
all the
Kay.
world?
How are you today? How was your
I'm
day?
it was like fabulous, fabulous. The colors are changing in Michigan, and that it even got better when I figured out that, in his own words, Charles Camden was sexually assaulted by a man. And you know what? I'm starting to. This is me just jumping across, building a bridge. I think it was a black man. That's why he is racist.
You think that's
So
why he wears a bag?
I really do think so. I think Darnell or Tyrell dipped his BBC one time into Camden's butthole and it pulled it out. He got his butthole pulled
Popped it
out.
out. Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty bad. To pop it out like
Yeah.
that, prolapse the butthole. That's just
Pearl lapsed his hungry hole. Wow. So
I've been
please,
up here, what, 3 seconds?
Nikki, how did you find out? That's a letter to the judge from Charles Camden Jr. And it seemed to me, honey,
What
that
letter? What are you talking about?
the letter to the judge.
You mean the fake letter that he wrote about his fake symptoms? And I think the only part of that letter that was true was the raping part.
Yeah, the raping. Because isn't it funny that Charles Camden, like anytime we bait people into these fights and we got a fish on and they don't know we're trolling them and they want to bring up regurgitated, taken out of context information that literally no one cares about. I don't tag anyone and people say, hey, woo, woo, woo. He tags everybody in the community and no one goes to his defense because everyone
Nobody
sees
even
he's a
talks
goose.
about what he posts. Nothing. Nobody mentions
Nobody,
it. Nobody references it. Uh, very rarely do people like it or comment. And so
nothing.
don't encourage him. Stop it now.
Yeah, so like when Darnell pulled his big 14-incher out, Charles's butthole came out with it.
Stop it. You know those things they give you that you squeeze for stress? That's
Yes.
what I'm picturing in my head.
He got his butthole pulled out.
Knock
I'm in
it off.
window.
Why do you always
I'm
do
in
this to
window.
me? Are you happy, Mr. Jones, fucker?
He tags Nora. He got his butthole pulled right
Stop. I
out.
gotta cover my eyes for a minute. I'm laughing. Jones is such a dick. You are a
That shit-
dick. I love you. Oh God, now Rodney's going. Oh God, now he's
That's
involved. The
hilarious.
whole fucking show's gone.
Yes. No, we have just begun.
I
The
know
whole
it's 8 minutes into the fucking live stream. We're talking about pulling buttholes
from within.
taking over.
It's fucking hilarious.
Stop it. Oh God, my face hurts. Y'all need to knock it.
Well, that needs to be on the shirts.
It's
The
been a
Colin
great
Craig.
week, hasn't it? I mean, the weather's changed. I finally got to turn the AC off, open the windows, throw the doors open. Oh my God. And then all this stuff happening with the water tower gang and oh, it's been glorious. Stop.
That's gonna be a shirt in the Colin Craig collection. He got his butthole pulled out. I'm screenshotting that.
Oh God, stop it. Nobody cares, D. Shut up. He's like, it snowed here. We're talking about buttholes. Nobody cares about the weather.
We're
Crazy.
talking about pulling out buttholes.
We're knee deep in buttholes here.
I just got my shit bleached and he's all his butthole
Turn
got
your
pulled out.
ringtone. All right, knock it off. Let's get back to
Hold on. Imagine the horror. He's like, he just ripped my butthole out.
stop. This is your fault, S. Jones. I'm holding you responsible, fucker. I need a drink and a bong hit. Let me see.
That's why he hates gays so much. He tried it one time and his butthole fell out. Not even once. Don't do it.
Run, Dave, run.
What's up, Superior? All
Run,
right,
brother, run.
for the people that don't know it, could you do a giant favor? Can we pull up the video of the letter? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, hold on. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
Thank you so much. Because here's what
Oh,
I'm going to explain to everyone. Instead of taking responsibility for his actions, this guy, Charles Camden Jr., had a jury duty. The jury was waiting for him in the court. They called his name. Instead of going and facing the charges, he ran to the Veterans Hospital, and this is the note that he wrote the judge. So that's what's going on. He don't like crowds. No, motherfucker, you realize you're going in front of a jury trial. So after he was supposed to go to jury trial, he just pled guilty. And that's why he did not get to see who told on him. He thought he was going to be strong. I'm taking this shit to a jury trial. Well, come jury day, guess what Charles Camden did, Nikki? Ran like the bitch he is to the VA hospital.
so I went to pull the video up.
Yeah.
Pull it up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Look what's here. It's got the suicide hotline.
What up,
Can you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Fucking YouTube. They reported the video, is what it is. They reported it, so YouTube put that disclaimer.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why. Think about it. They put the "You're not alone"
Let's go
Christ
full
hotline.
screen.
They added that to
Noise.
the fucking videos.
Because of Hamden's, I was suicide. Let's listen to this. This is hilarious. Remember, this is a real criminal. He's a Nazi. He's a fucking wants to be part of the greatest fucking white people ever in his mind. Hates faggots, hates blacks. This is him, the tough guy Charles Camden, right here, the methamphetamine dealer. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage there, Ricky.
What's up, Dave Gorman? Love you. All right, here we go.
Your Honor. First, I want to thank you for reading this. I would like to take the opportunity to try and explain myself and humbly ask you forgiveness. I was diagnosed years ago as manic depressive and agoraphobic, which is a fear of crowds, and I've had tendency to flee a situation where I'm confronted by bunches of people. I learned years age that shopping was something I could do only at night or the wee hours of the morning. The morning I was in your courtroom, I heard my name called for jury duty, which freaked me out, and when the courtroom was cleared but for the court staff and jury pool, I had an episode which Paula Little did nothing to alleviate. In fact, she told me I was going to get 99 plus years, which is why I fired her. But along with the fact she did nothing to help my case, no witnesses, subpoenaed, no prep for my trial, and her paralegal had told me that Paula, had a great success rate in defending people with PTSD and mental issues like mine. I found out later she had turned down some smaller cases that Richard, a midkiffs, had tried referring her to, stating to him she wasn't ready for a case like that. Your Honor, I just blanked out, and all I could think about was killing myself at that time, which is how I ended up at the VA hospital. I also realize I cost money to have a jury called up and would reimburse the county for this. I was going to open an antique store up, in fact, had the store stocked and ready to open the week I was incarcerated. I called it Antiques and Oddities, a LLC registered. This was the accumulation of years of dreams and a lot of hard work. I have lost the storefront, and my family has packed the store. The fixtures a stack up and put in storage. I have a lot of medical issues that the VA is going to help me with. Clap machine for my sleep apnea, and the VA rehab is willing for me to go there for recovery. All I'm asking for is your forgiveness for my actions and your leniency I when next I appear before you. I'm not bad person, I've made some bad choices, however, and I believe rehab would help me understand why I do what I did, and I also have a psychiatrist to help me get on all my medications and counsel me on a traumatic event where I was sexually assaulted 8 to 10 months ago. I have been self-medicating myself in order to cope with this. I appreciate you reading this. Thank you.
My goodness. He was sexually
So
assaulted.
YouTube put
Oh my God.
the suicide thing in there because he said that about killing himself. So they reported the video, and
hmm
YouTube put the suicide.
So let's talk about this, okay?
Talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Camden thinks it's funny that people deal with mental health issues. Runs their name through the mud. This is what's coming from a fucking person that's mentally ill. Wow, isn't it funny, Charles, that it wasn't even 12 hours later that we find out that you deal with homophagia and the fear of the BBC. You were going to kill yourself. You can't be around crowds. You can't face the music. That's what it seems like.
Prison must have sucked
Self-medicated.
for him if he didn't like crowds. Because if
Yeah,
you're in Gen Pop, you're around people. You don't have a fucking choice in there.
you don't. So let me get this straight. Charles's whole Chuck, buttfuck Chuck, his whole issue with selling meth and being around meth is because he was sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
Wow. Can
that
we get to
time.
the yeah,
That
that
time.
time. Now there's also a story that we all know his son is a snitch. We all know that. But now we have in
Homophagia.
paperwork. What's
Stop
that?
it. S. Jones.
Homophagia. He suffers from it.
Oh God, you guys are so bad. Right, Dave? Self-medication, aka meth. Drug,
Yeah, dude.
right?
That's fucking crazy. And his son ratted him out that he had a gun. Now, here's the thing.
That was the
Charles,
other one. That was the
yes,
when he shot at people. And see, this is
yes,
the letter that he wrote. And then today he posted, it was self-defense, baby. Look it up. So I went and
yeah,
looked it up, and I found the fucking letter to the judge. And I said,
yeah.
oh. So
Ooh.
yeah.
So he was on. Okay, so here's the thing. When criminals talk, they usually talk themselves into more trouble. My thing is I heard this on King of the Hill. It was one of the coldest lines that I ever fucking heard, and I
Things
repeat it all
weren't,
the time. Yeah, yeah. The conspiracy theorist dude with the shades on that has the bug control. I don't know his name, but he said, "I hope you're not planning to use, or I hope you're not." How did he say it? I hope you don't plan to use my confession alone for your prosecution. Like, what is it? Yeah,
yeah,
Boonhauer said it.
Boomhauer.
Yeah, he said it way better than I hope you don't.
I hope you don't base your whole defense on my
On my
confession.
prosecution, yeah, on my confession alone. Yeah. It was really good. I said, damn, that shit was cold. So the more fucking Camden talks, the more he gets himself into trouble.
But you know what?
You
The bottom line is that this piece of shit shouldn't have to prove that he is a piece of shit, because we all know before we ever heard his voice, we knew because Stella had talked about him forever. And
Yes.
what we didn't know was that he was listening to her talk.
Like
So,
a stalker. Who's the real stalker?
yeah.
Yeah,
And
he said you're
he
stalking.
has had more than one charge in his lifetime
Oh,
about
really?
phones. Yes,
How
about
many?
communication devices. So
Let's you
I
got
can't
any?
believe that he's allowed to threaten people on fucking YouTube and harass people and post the shit that he does with the
Yeah,
charges. Just like you were saying, this motherfucker, he's got so many felonies and stuff. How did he walk away from 18 fucking years? How
because
did
he
he do
snitched.
it after
He
3?
snitched, especially with this criminal record. I'm gonna bring that up. You ready?
Yeah.
This is Charles Camden's record just from Arkansas. And here's what I say about talking. And Boomhauer said, I hope you're not basing your prosecution on my confession alone. It was cold as hell. Charles said that he dealt with mental health issues. People that have mental health issues are not allowed to be around guns. Why do you have a gun in your hand? Why are you shooting at a 3-year-old if you have mental health issues? This is Charles Camden's criminal record. There seems to be 47 different charges. It is page after page. I believe that we have found the biggest snitch and criminal in our fucking community. Nikki does the best fucking research. Can you read some of them charges, Nikki? Look at this. This is incredible. This is black and white. This is convictions. These are charged and convicted crimes right here.
So let's see. I think we can do felonies. Let's see if we can get all the fells. So we have 6. This is theft by receiving.
Tweaker madness, tweaker steal. That's a drugs. That's a scumbag move. It's a felony. Is that a
Transfer
conviction?
jurisdiction. So
Are these convictions? Look at all that.
yeah.
Convicted. Case closed. Conviction.
So he received stolen property. It was a truck. So think
Tweaker
that trucks were
madness.
involved with that shit. Somebody give him a
Absolutely.
truck and he gave them drugs. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how he
absolutely.
stocked his antique store. But this is a
Yep.
1995 GMC Sahara pickup belonging to Wendell Boone. So it was valued in excess of, 25. So, yep. And he knew it was stolen.
Bam.
So I got that one. There's the
Stolen.
warrant. This trooper was called to a 2-vehicle accident. This is everything causing why they have probable cause. There's Tammy, the wifey poo. So see, he's a piece of shit.
Absolute. What up, Shady? Absolute piece of shit. And let's not go over the whole thing
No,
tonight
that was
because I
just
want to.
felonies. These are just the
Mhm.
felonies. The one with Stella's in here, where he got out. But yep, this one's
What up, Shady?
closed. Let's see. This is theft again. So there's 2 felonies for theft.
Thiefing ass motherfucker, bro. And this is just the tip of the
This is
iceberg.
possession of a firearms. Here's aggravated assault, 5 counts, 4 counts. So one possession, and then the 4 counts.
Damn, look at
And I
that.
believe this is the letter. I think this is the letter.
The letter.
No,
Oh, I
that's
was
the wrong
right.
letter. Wrong letter. But yeah, I think this is the letter that was here.
What up, Vinny? We just figured
Mhm.
out tonight that Camden got his butthole pulled out by Daryl or Darrell.
So there's that one for that. And then we have 316. This one is failure to appear on his felony. So
Imagine that.
he copped a charge for that. And then 522. This is the drugs. See, unlawful use of a communication device, 2 counts of that.
Yup.
Department of Corrections, 120 months, served 230 fucking days.
Out of 10 years,
Yeah.
out of 120 months, he spent 11. That is a snitch. He didn't even spend a year in the county. Snitch on 10 years. That
He had
is theoretically
120 months and he served 230 days. That's it.
dude, that's a
Look,
snitch.
96 months. He got 230 days.
Wow, that's impossible right there unless you are a confidential informant. You can't get 10 years and spend 230 days. That right there indicates someone is an informant.
They
Wow.
not be? I mean, that's just
Wow.
fucking crazy. All right, so that's that one,
Wow.
and then the last felony, because we're just looking at the fells. Oh, this is the same one. So yeah, this is no sentencing, so that's what that one. So yeah, that's just a little bit of.
Yeah, this is great. Stella sure left a gift with us that just keeps on giving. Now we're gonna run his Ohio background. We're going to run his
Oh
just
yeah,
everything we can. And also I want to get a hold of the lady that was shot at because Camden says that he was running in and trying to lay down to shoot down the men that was shooting. Well, come to find out, your son started the gunfight.
well,
So you're
there'll
going
be a body cam from the arrest, and he
absolutely.
said there was video, so there's got to be video.
Yep.
So
And
I'll get on that.
we will find out. And here's the thing: when it in Charles Camden, I would say all this shit to your face. I would say you got a shit bag, and I would kick it off your side. I would say that your son's a prison homo that gets rammed by brothers for ramen noodles. I would say all of this dead to your face. Absolutely. If you really don't think Charles Chuck Buttfuck Camden, that I wouldn't say this shit dead to your face and then spit in your face, you are mistaken. I would absolutely say all of this to your face.
Right? Why wouldn't you say it to his face?
Because
He's
that's
a
what he
fucking
says. No matter what.
he's a
No,
fucking criminal. I would just laugh at him. Every time he says something gross and disgusting, I just laugh at him. It's like,
career criminal. This dude
I
is worse
mean,
than
what a
any
piece
of
of
us.
shit, man, from day. Poor Stella, man. She should have checked his background. See, if
For
she'd known me,
fucking
I'd have checked
real.
the fucker out. I'd have been like, girl, don't let him move in there.
And what Stella got for letting this dude move in is a ton of turmoil. Her guns, she never got them back before she
Well,
passed.
he gave her money. He said that. You heard it. He said when he was doing business, conducting business, he would slide her money and send her off to the casino. So, I mean, for all she knew, he was selling weed, She probably wouldn't have thought anything about that or pills, you know. So, yeah, I'm sure he was giving her money and she didn't see what was going on, didn't want to see what was going on. I don't know, but yeah.
Well,
But she wasn't named in the warrant. She was never mentioned.
thank you.
Any of it.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's right there. I mean, you can bring the warrant up. I can post the warrant if y'all want it because it never mentions her ever.
Because the cops aren't stupid. They realize what's going on. And Camden's track record, I believe that he never had money like for rent at once, so he would slowly give Stella money
Spell it
throughout
out.
the month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He spell it out to her. Like when he needed her to be gone, he would slide her 20, 30 bucks. She'd go to
Right.
the casino, get some cigarettes, whatever, and go to the casino for a little bit and, come back home. And that's it. That's precisely what she would do. So
Yeah,
he
but
admitted it. He gave her money to get rid of her so he could do his dirty deeds. And like I said, they never mentioned her in the warrant, not once. I believe me, I fucking read it and I looked for it.
Yeah, it's one of them, Vinny.
Trust
We're
me,
figuring out a lot.
bitch. So yeah.
Well, and I agree that she didn't know anything, and he would use here, take some money and go to the casino. But it's not like he was giving her extra money. That was just the money for the rent. So in Camden's mind, he's a baller. I'm giving him money here. I'm giving him money there. No, bro, that's called you paying your rent, dude.
Right. Exactly.
That's
hey,
not
Dave,
being a
cheers. Are you leaving? Oh, I'm doing bongers, brother.
Yeah, I'm smoking my
You can drop
big
a link
time.
if you want, Ev. See if anybody wants to come up.
Yeah,
you know you like to talk some shit.
Mm-hmm, child.
Hey, did you catch Eddie on Hamilton last night?
Yeah, but they always make up at the end.
Well, Dave doesn't believe it's an actual argument.
It's not. It's not. It is they create drama. I have evidence of Eddie saying, "Man, we should fight, bro, to create drama." Him and Hamilton do the same thing. They understand that this community is only about drama, and when they fight with each other,
Natalie's friendship with the entire community.
Oh, they don't care because she just buys friends. She don't care. She's like,
damage.
Yeah, she's collateral damage, and she'll just buy. She buys people. Do you really think she has 37,000?
She's a tool,
subs?
right?
Absolutely. I'm a tool. I'm a tool. Oh.
I have that video. It's so
good. So good. She's so stupid, dude.
Like a box of rocks, man. It's like, God damn.
Idiocracy is coming to life, bro. They're all like, it's got electrolyte.
She's got on a different shirt. I mean, thank goodness.
Thank fucking goodness.
Black. And can we talk about Sean and Manji?
Yes. Let's round this out with them. Wow.
So Sean's not been heard from today. So my theory is they either got back together or she finally cut the phone off. Oh my God, why'd you let Dave Gorman
What's up, Dave? How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, my favorite Dave?
Thanks, Nikki.
How are you, buddy?
So, Hammy posted a leprechaun in your honor. I thought it was adorbs. Really? I love the little leprechaun.
I thought it was me because I'm sure that was dead. I think everything's about me.
Not everything is about you, Evan.
I thought it was me.
I would have thought it was Evan too. He looks more like a leprechaun.
They've been writing love letters. Hammy and Dave have been writing love letters a couple days now.
I see. I'm just out of the whole Hamilton sphere. I'm fucking jealous now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, apparently I'm back in it.
Yeah. It's Dave's turn. They must have spun the wheel. They have a wheel with all of our names on it, so they spin the wheel. So it must have come up that it was Dave's turn again.
God,
I love Dave Gorman content.
I have a theory on this. I think that's Hamilton's way of being rebellious against Nadia, or whatever the fuck it is. That's his way of giving her the fingers by giving me attention.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
She's a tool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hamilton is her too. What do you think she meant by that? I seen that video you put up, Nikki, the tool one. What do you think? I thought immediately she meant her tits, but then I was thinking, does she mean like
screwdrivers in her hands?
Yeah, but she not like
beating
she's
them
trying to be like.
together. I don't know. I didn't watch the rest of it. That's all I watched was that she was doing that. I didn't wait for the
Yeah,
explanation. I don't know
she's a
what she
dumb
was
bitch.
doing.
She's a
I
dumb
just
bitch.
thought
She
it was
thinks.
stupid that she did that for like what 5 minutes. It was like,
Yeah, I thought
what
that was
the
stupid too.
fuck?
She's fucking
And she had on
psychotic.
a different shirt. Thank God, a different color shirt. I mean,
I thought there was some kind of double meaning to it though. Like she meant like either
Yeah,
wrenches
she
on her
did
channel,
something.
yeah, or her tits, or she meant Hamilton is her tool.
I think you guys are reading too much into it. She's a moron. I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
she
no,
I
just
but
picked up tools and
she
was
is.
beating them together.
She is a moron. But I know she's into that double entendre shit because she used to do that with music and shit all the time to people. Like she put up a post a song that means something other than what people think it means. It was usually a diss towards Jezzy. Like, so she does that shit. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I don't get her subliminal messages.
I don't get them either. That's what I'm trying to
I
figure
smoke
out. I
too
thought
much
you
weed
knew
to
what it was.
figure shit like that out, man. You don't lay it out for me. Sometimes I don't get it at all. So.
Yeah. Even if she laid it out for me, I probably wouldn't understand it either. She's so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Camel.
absolutely. But yeah, I think the whole Sean and Mangie thing, I think either they got back together today or
look at
she
Gummy.
finally shut the service off to the phone.
Yeah, she shut my phone off and sold my truck because whoever's name that truck is, that's whose truck it is.
Yeah, it's all hers. He said that.
Oh, it's her
Everything's
Her
truck,
name's on the deed of that truck. Her name's on the deed of that truck.
dude. That's, I mean, like, here's
selling the
like
truck, he said. So he's,
He's
he's
either they
homeless.
done.
got back together or she turned the phone off. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and here's the thing, like, do you want to be with someone only because they have control over the purse strings? It's not a way to live. You're always
Why
going
would you
to
want to be with somebody that swears on the life of your child
Eddie does that all the time. Why would you
and
want to be with
you're lying when you say it?
Yes. People
I
do that.
that stuff is terrifying. I don't
Taboo.
understand a parent using their child as leverage or anything like
100%.
that. You know what I'm
As an
saying?
Irish person, I'm very superstitious, and I find that
Yeah,
like that's
I'm with
scumbaggery.
you,
That's
Dave.
very
I think,
scumbaggery.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
taught not to play on crutches because you could end up breaking something.
With them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Absolutely.
wheelchairs or any of that. We never did that stuff because of superstitious, things like that. But really, it's just karma. You don't want to fuck with
Yeah.
stuff like that. You don't want to say
Mhm.
something like that about your child.
Never.
Karma, exactly, never.
Never.
Blow
Eddie
job.
does that
I
shit all
swear
the
on
time.
people's lives I don't like, but
Dude, I've heard people swear on their people's life and then fucking lie to me. And then that same person in an instance years ago say, swear on your mother's life. And I'm like, I would never do that.
under
Me
any
either.
circumstance. Exactly.
Yeah.
I would never on my
Even when
dad.
I'm telling
Never.
the truth.
Yeah, I
Even
would never on my dad. No.
dude, I would never, even
risk
when there's video evidence of me with the truth, I would never fucking on someone's life.
No, I'm with
Like
you,
on
man.
my
Me
own.
either. Never.
That shit's crazy. Eddie all the time. I swear to God on my child's life. If someone says that to me, I instantly know they're lying.
Yep.
I swear to God.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that one wholeheartedly.
I know you're lying at that point. I swear to God on my unborn, like I know
That's
you're
like
lying now.
it's like the last resource of a liar that's caught is to just swear
Yeah.
on the life of the Bible or their child or
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
can't like because most
He
people
said
won't turn around and
today.
go. Most
I'm
people
sorry.
won't
Go
call
ahead,
you
go
on
ahead.
that.
I'm sorry,
I
honey.
was just saying, most people won't call you on that. Where if you swear on their child, they won't be like, "How dare you!" Like they'll just take your word on it because no way
Yeah.
a parent would swear on a child like that
But
and lie.
that's terrible. And Shady was saying that Eddie does it because he's not the biological father.
That is fucked
None
up.
of them kids mine.
My
He said
God.
today he's been a parent his whole adult life, and I was like, too bad you weren't a father too.
Yeah, you can be a sperm donor without being a mentor and a friend, father
Right.
to your
A
child. Yeah, you can.
teacher. a support system.
Dude, if my daughter was like Bailey Rose, I would end my shit, bro. I could not have my daughter being a whore, being a prostitute,
You know
uh,
what?
a whore and a prostitute. I just couldn't. I couldn't look at
A
it
what?
knowing that a
Wait,
whore,
wait, wait.
Who are the Babylon?
whore, a whore,
Who are?
a whore, and a
A whore?
prostitute.
You mean a whore?
Yes, yeah, whore. That'd be nice.
Who are? Is how we pronounce it.
And
Who are?
Shut up,
I
Dave.
just couldn't. I couldn't deal with it with my daughter being like a gangster, like I'm a gangster bitch and like a man bitch. It's like weird to me that he really thinks that he raised her. You didn't. You left your child to end up being a
Well,
fucking
he thinks
gangster
because he was a
monster.
parent, he should get credit or no credit for
No.
whatever he's looking for, always bragging about what a good parent he is. And I'm like, dude, your kid sucks. That is not,
Sucks.
that's not anything to be proud of.
Not at all. And you notice that every child that was with a girl that's parents didn't have money so Eddie could be a stocking butler terminated the pregnancy. He terminated 6 pregnancies until he put a baby in a belly in a woman. Eddie is a reverse keep a honky baby. He impregnated Amber just so she would keep him. It's crazy what the
Well, he
world has
was
turned
homeless in
into.
rehab when they met, right?
Yes, he was in rehab.
And then poor
Absolutely.
dirty Diana. They
Yeah,
sucked her dry, man.
they
That's
they
so
sucked the
sad.
carcass. She left the planet with a carcass, just dried, like a dehydrated, like a piece of fucking beef jerky. She left this planet sucked up.
What?
Oh, nobody cares what everybody. Him, he don't have babies. He don't know when. Everybody. I guess everybody believes differently. I just think
Yeah.
that women should have a right to choose.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think. I also think that men should have a say so as well when it comes to
For
stuff
sure.
like. I don't think
For
men have
sure.
enough rights when it comes to stuff like that. I think that men are trapped into supporting a child that they didn't want from the beginning, and I don't think
That's
that's
huge.
fair.
They
I
shouldn't have
don't.
to pay. They
I
should
don't
not
think
have to
so.
pay.
I agree. I do not agree with, you know, if you're having a one night stand with somebody and you get pregnant, I think a guy should have the right to opt out for that shit. If you're in a relationship, that's different, but
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. I don't have kids, so
Yeah.
My
You-
issue
I
is
just don't
people
think
like
men have
Eddie.
enough rights. I don't.
I think people like Eddie that use abortion as a contraceptive are wrong. That's what condoms are
Yeah,
for.
I
I
agree.
feel like
yeah,
if it's a medical incest, rape, things of that nature. But if you're just like, oh, you know what, you
But
want to have this baby?
he
No,
said he
I
didn't
don't.
have a say so
Kill the
last
baby.
night. He said it wasn't his body. He didn't have a say so.
Well,
And
Eddie's a major cuck. He'll say anything that what women want to
oh, that was
hear.
very apparent last night when he went through his views on stuff.
Oh,
Very, very
absolutely.
apparent. Really.
Massive cuck. Sending his kid to an unabashed hate, offended by everything, ashamed by nothing. Yeah, my kid gets free lunch. He just goes in like a little rat, gets his little lunch. And he was just unashamed of it. You know who is ashamed and should be
Well,
ashamed?
I think all children should have lunch and breakfast. It helps to learn. It's good for them. They've proven it time and time again.
You should
We
have to
pay
eat.
property
Absolutely.
taxes. It's supposed to be with, pay for school and the different stuff. I don't think that teachers should be spending money for supplies. I don't think that kids
No.
should be having to spend money for lunch or breakfast. I think the school should provide that for them. That's just what I think. In public school, I do. I think they should. No kid should go hungry. Zero. No kids
Never.
Agree.
discriminated against. You
Isn't
know,
it the
I've
government
heard
though?
of kids not having 50 cents that they owe for lunch and then they don't get lunch. I mean,
That's
That's
bullshit.
fucked.
that's
Yeah,
bull
that is fucked.
exactly. That stuff's bullshit. When I went to
Yeah,
school, I got free lunch and I was so grateful because I didn't get lunch at home.
shit.
I mean dinner.
You
I
and me
was
both.
grateful to get lunch at school.
Hey, you and me both. But I know the stigma of being. Hey, we were the poorest people in the fucking town. I know the
No, I
stigma
didn't
of
give a
going to
fuck. We
school.
changed schools so often. I didn't give a fuck, man. Every school I went to, I got free lunch and free breakfast. By
Yeah,
the time I was
and
embarrassed,
me
I went
too.
to a different school.
Me too, but I always felt embarrassed, and I just hope that Dempsey doesn't feel that embarrassment of being the free lunch kid. That's it. Especially when they claim that they have a BMW. Okay, look at this. They have a BMW and their kid gets free lunch. What is wrong with that?
All
Is there an
kids
issue
should
with
be the
that?
same. It should be the same. Everybody free lunch, no, no different, no everything, everybody the same. I've seen it with same with school uniforms. Everybody wears the same shit. Everybody eats the same food. Everybody learns everything the same,
I
because
wouldn't
then
want
that
the
way
teachers in
they're
my
not
school feeding me.
distracted by clothes or status or any of that
Yeah,
shit.
that would have been a lot
They're
better
there
for
to
me.
learn. They're not there
Yeah.
for anything else other than to learn.
How
That's
do you know
probably
the
why our
teachers aren't
schools
contaminating the
are
food?
so awful, in our
What's that,
country.
Dave?
How do you know teachers and staff aren't contaminating the food that they're feeding to your kids? In my school, when I was growing up, everyone was poor, but the teachers were all a bunch of fucking pedophiles. So I could see them jizzing into the food. I wouldn't want to eat food out of the school. I know
Ew.
that.
No. I
Funny,
don't even
not funny.
shut up, Dave. I don't even want to think about but
I'd rather just bring a
I get
sandwich
what
from
you're
home and tell I'm
saying,
sick.
Katie. I really do. I understand when you say
Damn.
that you don't want to buy supplies for every kid in the classroom. But my cousin is a special needs teacher and she buys things for the kids that don't have the money, to buy things. Like she does backpacks and stuff for the kids. And usually everybody in my entire family and all of our friends and everything gets involved. And because they're great and she shouldn't have to have that expense. But to go to school and to learn, it should be the same for all kids. No different. Everybody should have the same supplies,
Yep.
the same everything should be the
Mhm.
same for all kids. That way there
Yeah,
would be no discrimination for stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I'm just
I
hoping
do agree
I
with
think
that.
that take the petty shit out so the kids can learn. That's what they
No,
should be there for. We would
I
probably
do
have a
agree with
better
that.
education system here if the kids, were there to fucking learn and not worry about, did they eat? Have they eaten over the weekend? You know how hard it is for a little kid to go all weekend with no food and then go to school Monday and
Shit,
you're
you're
supposed
talking to one. Shit, I
Yeah.
was homeless going to school and shit. I lived outside. Like I
Damn.
would, yeah,
But
I
I'm
live
just saying it's hard to
real
learn,
talk.
it's hard to concentrate, it's hard not to
Nikki,
feel, um,
Nikki, you're talking to,
things.
you're preaching to the choir. I did that shit. I was homeless and I would go to school to eat, straight
Yeah.
up and down.
So I
Just to
think
eat.
all
So,
kids should be the same. I mean, on that, I do agree. I think that all kids should have access to lunch. I think all kids should have
mhm,
access to school supplies. I think they should all
absolutely,
wear little matching outfits so there's no discrimination on clothing. Because, I used to be ashamed sometimes of my clothes when I went to school. I had hand me
for
downs and
sure.
all kinds of stuff. So,
Hmm.
got made fun of because of my shoes. I didn't have the
You
nice
and me both.
so I think all that shit should be taken out, let little kids learn. That's
Yeah,
just
see,
Yeah.
I agree with that, and the
me. I don't
taxes
that's just
being
me.
paid, and that's how the kids get their school food. I do agree with that, but here's what I don't agree with: is people having the ability to pay for their kids' school and not pay for it.
Oh, I
Amber's
agree.
working,
Yeah.
Eddie's working. They have a BMW, and they have their kids stand in the free lunch
Eddie's not
line.
working. Eddie's having surgery. Eddie's not working.
Oh,
Dude,
he's
he's
not.
worked 5 years. He hasn't.
Yeah, but I think that no kid should go hungry. I agree with that 100%. It's too hard to try and think and learn when your stomach is grumbling. It's
Yeah, I mean,
impossible.
it's just.
That is
I know
true.
teachers that keep snacks in their rooms for the kids. Granola
Yeah.
bars and stuff
Oh
and
yeah.
different items. So for that when it involves kids, man, I just don't. I think all kids should have food.
Yeah. It
It's
should be
food,
one.
man. It's
Yeah.
food.
It should
Why
be
would
like
you deprive a
one
kid of
set.
food?
No,
Why?
it should. There should be one set agreement that all the kids get free lunch. You don't. If you
Yes,
want to bring
yes, it
in
should.
your own lunch,
It
cool.
should just be a part of
Yeah.
the curriculum. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
I
from
do
this
agree with
time,
that.
like you have reading from this time to this time. Well, from this time to this time, you have breakfast. Everybody has breakfast, and then from this time to this time, you have lunch.
I
Everybody
used to
has
love
lunch.
that shit.
You know.
I used to go to school just to eat, and then I would go to school to eat. No, serious, and sell joints, and that's why I started selling weed. Was in school in 7th grade. I was a drug dealer.
Gosh, Shady, that sounds yummy. I don't think I ever had uh, anything other than cafeteria food in school. So
Mm.
I
we
want
did
to get
have
them.
we did have a McDonald's across the street from one of the schools I attended, and we all played Frogger going across traffic to get in there. But there'd be like 50 people in there, so if you didn't get in there first, you wasn't getting no fucking, food.
Food, yeah.
Yeah, I get it, S. Jones.
Yep.
I want to get a whole big old box of them school pizzas. I used to love them things, bro. And I was so calorie deficient. I would pack on all of the pickles that I could on that pizza and ketchup even, and just get as many fucking calories as I could. Because
Yep.
I had to sell joints, man, to eat. I was at school selling weed to survive, being fucking homeless as a kid.
Hypothetically.
No, I sold
All this
shit. I
talk,
sold weed.
all this talk, and you
100%.
guys saying there's so much food
Well,
at school, you're gonna have fucking
allegedly
headaches
we're
trying to go
supposed
back
to
to the
say
place.
hypothetically.
No, this is the 7 years. What's that? Where after 7 years you're good. Statute of limitations up on that shit. Been up. I did that.
See, we
Absolutely,
don't
I
we
did.
don't all think we're lawyers over here on this side. That's why we struggle for those legal terms. We got so
Statute of
many
limitations.
motherfuckers wanting to sue us and gonna have us arrested, Apple Davids and handcuffs and stuff, but we don't even pretend that we're lawyers on YouTube over here, or
Yeah.
psychiatrists for that matter. But hey,
Yeah.
whatevs.
Well, I
See a lot
just
of
glad that you
psychiatry books
found
on there.
all that stuff on Camden. Like,
Oh, there's more. There's
yeah,
always more. You know
yeah,
me. You know how I am.
that shit's
So
so
I
good.
just, if he's going to start with you, I'm gonna finish. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna let. I am your queen. My job
and,
is to protect my king, and that's
and
what I
same
do.
here. Once he is always starting shit with you, that's when I come in. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
this dude.
I mean,
Fuck
I
him.
don't, I don't, I don't think people realize that we're a team.
Yeah, I
King,
don't think they
queen,
get it yet.
we're a team. We're a pair. We're a team.
Yeah.
So we're both gonna come. It's just if you
No,
go after Beck, you're gonna get me. I'm sorry.
yeah,
It's just the way it fucking
same.
is. I mean,
Now, now here's the thing:
if you go after the bestie, you're gonna get the other one. So I'm
the
just saying.
wrath.
I'm
Well,
just saying.
here's the thing, Nikki. Like, this motherfucker can bow out anytime. The person that he hated the most is gone from this community. She's
Yeah.
in the spirit world. He continues to stay around, then we're gonna bat him around like a fucking a toy. And there's nothing that he can do with his parole agent. None of that shit.
It's
All of the
public
stuff.
record.
Yeah, it's
Every
public
bit of it
record.
is public record.
All of it. All of it. All the stuff that he.
Nothing has been paid for. It's all public record. You can look it up. That
Yeah,
website that is Arkansas's court. You can
that's a
go right to the
beautiful
website,
thing.
type his name in, and those 49 records will pop right the fuck up. You can
So
search
here's
felonies
what
and the 6 will pop.
what's
I
beautiful.
wanted to
I
ask,
want
how the fuck is he not in jail with so many?
How do you
I
have
don't
6
understand American law.
felonies, Dave, and you're
Yeah,
out walking around?
yeah, I
And
well
wanted to
that's
because
know
he's
that.
a
just
That's why I wanted
here.
to ask.
snitch.
That's
He
just
deals.
here.
Yeah, he
Yeah, that's
deals
snitch,
with the
snitching.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
How are you going to get 120 months and not even serve 10?
The
Yeah,
200 and what days he said?
230 days on 3,650 days. He did 230. That's snitching.
That's just
yeah,
crazy.
pretty
That's
obviously snitching.
insane. That's not even, that's like 85%. That's like fucking
And the
10%.
other
That's
people he's
less than
arrested with
10%.
are still in fucking jail.
Yeah, and see, we need to do a full on, now that you opened a can of whoop
I
ass,
did.
like we're getting you. We're getting you.
I did.
I'm going to
You know
get a
me, I
hold
don't
of
have
the
anything
person.
I don't have anything to do except for sit on the computer all day and hover and wait for
Love
somebody
it.
to say my fucking name. So while I'm waiting, I'll just do some research.
Yeah, we need to get the person that he shot at and get an
So you want
interview
me to
with
start
her.
setting up interviews?
Absolutely, with all these people, like Dave. This dude is saying that I'm a fucking pedo and I'm this and that. When I was talking about Tracy Moore's child, that's an adult. So
Yeah,
this dude actually shot into a car that had a 3-year-old in it, that had a 15-year-old in it, that was driven by a woman. So this dude is fucking is
And
slandering
the
me.
18-year-old, and several people went to the hospital over this.
Yes, shooting at children. He shot at a 3-year-old, dude.
And that was the letter. He said he
mm.
gets overwhelmed with crowds. So he shot into a car full of people.
Yeah, and one
Not
of
a
them was
crowd.
a fucking 3-year-old. Is that crazy, dude?
That's fucking mental. Is what that is.
Dude,
It's
if
fucking crazy.
I
Yeah.
shot into a car with a 3-year-old in it, these people would do like the Donald Trump and make me into a fucking monster. Charles Camden Jr., aka Chucky, shot a 380 into a car
What did you
with
call
a
him?
child.
Butt fucky? What was it you said?
That was fucked.
Chuck the butt fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Butt fuck
dude.
Chuck.
Butt fuck Chuck. Never.
Butt fuck Chuck. That's it. Butt fuck Chuck.
Butt
That's
fuck
it.
Chuck.
Dude. All right, with that, well, I put an hour in. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Nikki,
Hey,
I
I
love you
love
so
you,
much.
man. Thanks for having me up.
Absolutely.
You're the best. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, thanks for letting me come up too.
Bro,
Yeah,
you're
Nick.
Yep.
still my
Yeah.
favorite Dave.
You're my favorite Nikki
Oh,
too.
how dare you?
Take that,
My
Devlin.
name's Dave.
I
Oh.
don't call you that, though, do I?
That's
I don't call you that,
good.
though, do I?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Never.
I'm
Okay,
your stud
cheers.
muffin or Kang. All right, cheers, brother.
Pebbler,
Okay, cheers.
Evie.
Thanks for letting me come up.
Yeah.
Catch you guys later.
Peace out,
All right.
brother.
I love you. Good night.
Love you
Thanks
too.
for having throat punch. I'll
Yep.
get right on those things, my
I'm
king.
awesome. I'm doing every Thursday from here on out. Tuesdays, Thursdays, just so we can keep up on the madness. Charles Camden Jr., aka Buttfuck Chuck. This is going to continue. And I want you to stay on the internet because it gives me like a cat something to bat around. It gives Nikki something to bat around. And I'm doing it in the name of Stella. Like I crash out for my people. You know, I would have leg sweeped an 8-year-old for Stella. Absolutely. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sure. 100%. 100%. God dang, bro. You are the careerist criminal in this fucking community. And we're just gonna just peel the layers back. And to hear you, Mr. Tough Guy, man, not guilty, bro. I was going after the people that was doing the shooting. I was running at them. You should have seen the video. Well, we got the fucking letter. Apparently, you're a giant pussy that can't stand to be around people. Oh, and I like how you used we. in the wee dawn hours. That's when I can shop because I'm just scared to be around crowds of people unless they're part of my homo gay. What is it? Homogalia. And then listen, hey Judge. Yeah, Judge, what had happened was, dude, the letter. That letter is fucking juice, dude. And come to find out, we have the doctor that says Charles Camden was lying about having PTSD. Charles Camden is lying about having homogayphilia. The only thing that you weren't lying about that letter is that you were raped by a black man. That your butthole was pulled out in one. One failed swoop. Your hole got snatched. Darnell got you, bro. I was sexually assaulted. I'm so glad that happened to you. I hope it hurt. That was literally the best fucking news of the day. You were sexually assaulted by a black dude. Now I know why you're racist. I needed that. Darnell got you, bro. He snatched your hungry hole. Yeah, so that made me so happy. Thank you. I had to breathe. All right, I totally lost what I was saying, but fuck you, Charles. Your butthole got snatched. Got pulled out. S. Jones, you're awesome. That was so fun. Like, I have a dark sense of humor, and I just think that's funny that happened to him. Hey, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. It was so good. All right, peace out, y'all. No, they had to cut his cheeks. Dude, I had no idea when your butthole gets snatched by Darnell. The surgery is gnarly, dude. They have to cut your butt cheeks, like open it, and then sew your butt together, and then it's like a Ken doll in back. You just have a oh, bro, it's fucked up. Yeah. Darnell's. Darnell said you're hungry hole. All right, I'm out.